Hello.
Hi, Paula. How are you?
Yes, I'm great.
Great. Nice to see you again.
Yes, nice to see you too.
Good.
Yes, can I have a second? I have to, like switch my camera to.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So can you hear and see me okay, by the way?
Yes, I can see you and
Oh,
hear you.
great. Okay.
Great.
I'm just this is the first time I've used my computer since I came back from Thailand. So
Oh,
had
so
had to plug everything back in again. So just making
yeah,
sure everything works okay. So that's great.
yes.
Excellent.
So now
All
you're
right.
in. You're
Sorry?
back. So now, like, are you back in New
Yes,
Zealand?
I am. Yep. Yep. Back in New Zealand now. So your mum has gone to visit your aunt, is that right? Or her
Yeah,
aunt?
like go back to your hometown?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. But you didn't want to go, is that right?
No, I don't want to skip the class. So
Right.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Is the hometown very far away?
It's like about 4 hour long.
Oh, is it?
Like,
Wow.
but if
Quite a long
you
way.
yes, if you drive, it's
Wow.
4 hour long. Yeah.
Wow. So maybe about like 250, 300 kilometers.
Yes, about that.
Wow, that's a long way.
Yes, that's the long way. So, I'm a bit too lazy for
Yes.
that.
Yeah, no, very, very long, boring drive.
Yes.
Especially,
Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah.
is she going there and coming back in one day?
Oh yeah. She'll
Wow.
come back. Yeah, like it's really frustrating.
Oh yeah,
Just
that's
sit on the car,
yeah,
so
yeah. That's like eight hours in a car.
yes,
Yeah,
it's it's a lot.
I know. Too much. Too much.
Yes.
I don't like that either. Way too much.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So you're going to be doing the IELTS test soon, is that right?
Yes, but like it's been quite a long time since I really speak like this,
Yes. Yes.
English like formally to take a test like this.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit worried about it.
Okay. Well, I don't think you need to worry. We'll just do a little bit of practice. I'm sure you'll be fine. Of course.
I hope
Of
so.
course. Do you have a date yet for the test?
No, but if I'm gonna take the test in September,
Hmm.
it would be like about end of September.
Right. Okay. So another 4 weeks or so.
Yes, about that.
Okay. Do you have to book in far in advance?
Yes, of course I have to. So, if there aren't any like data available
Hmm.
left, so I'll have to like do I have to take the test in October.
Right. Okay. Okay. So when are you going to book?
Oh,
When do you?
I was gonna book today
Mhm.
actually.
All right. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. And what else did I want to ask you? Oh, are you going to do the paper test or the computer test?
Oh no, I'm gonna take the computer test, of
Yeah, much
course.
better. I think
Yeah,
it's much better.
yeah, I think so too. It's
Yeah,
much better than, the paper one.
yeah. I can't remember what your handwriting is like, but I think usually a lot of the students, it's very difficult to read the
Yeah.
handwriting, and that must be. I'm sure sometimes the examiner must get frustrated with trying to read some of the marking, which reduces the mark, of course.
I would be too, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can imagine what it would be like.
yeah.
Okay, so today you'd like to practice some speaking, is that right?
Either is okay with me. I can do writing or I can do speaking.
Yeah. Oh
It's
well, we'll do speaking
fine.
today. See how you go. So we'll do all the speaking test. Okay, all the parts of the speaking
All the
test.
parts?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's okay. I just forgot a little
Right.
bit
Yeah.
about
Oh,
art.
that's well. We'll do all the parts and just practice as you go. That's fine. This will do
Yes,
as
okay.
a good reminder of what happens. Now, I've been thinking about this. So, do you remember, Charmy?
Yes, I
So,
remember her. of course.
So Charmy, you might remember, she did the test about 3 weeks ago, three or
Uh-huh.
4 weeks ago, and for the speaking test, she only got six, which
Oh,
I
really?
was, which I was, your mum and I were really surprised at because she's
Yeah, I'm
much
surprised.
better than that.
Yes.
And when she did the practices with me beforehand, she was great. She hardly made any mistakes. So we are trying to think of reason. Why did she only get six? I thought she should have at least got seven,
Yeah, at
at
least
least,
she
if
must
not
be like
more.
6.5 or 7, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And there were only two reasons I can think of. One, the examiner was in a really bad mood. That's one. And,
Yeah, might, I think
yeah,
it's
that's right.
possible.
Okay. And just gave her a bad mark because they were in a bad mood. The only other thing, so I have watched online a couple of students who got band 9.
Mhm.
Okay. And what they are doing, the only thing I can think of that is a difference between what Charmy was practicing with me and what these students who got 9 was, is that the ones who got 9 were really natural with their
Yes.
talking. I think Charmy, even though what she was speaking correctly, but it was very formal. It's
Yeah, I
like
understand.
like she was aware that this was a test, so she
Oh,
was very careful about what she was saying. And maybe, I don't know this for sure, but maybe that just made her, like, her speaking was like too formal and maybe not relaxed enough.
yeah.
The ones I noticed online who got band 9, they were very relaxed with their
Yeah.
speaking, like it wasn't a test at all.
I watch some videos
Yeah,
like I still practice, SAT,
great.
and
Yeah,
I do like practice with my friend because she has just taken her exam,
yeah.
taken like the IELTS test
Oh, yeah.
to like practice speaking with her. And like I do also like watch those videos
Hmm.
um whose speaking bands are really high,
Yes,
and I notice that they're really relaxed,
yes,
uh they are really calm, and one thing that they do not like necessarily use too much like advanced vocabs.
yes,
Yes,
yeah.
but you can see their confidence and their fluency and the coherency in their speech and in their speaking. And I think that's the important part.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So I just wonder if maybe Charmy was maybe trying too hard
Yeah.
to use, more formal and academic words
All academic
to try
words.
and improve her mark, when in fact what they were really interested in was just having a conversation, just a normal conversation with her.
I think there's another reason.
Mm,
It's like about part three.
yeah.
I've read some topics, and
Mm,
they require a abundant amount of social knowledge,
mm,
you know, about like different fields.
yes.
And yeah, she might have some difficulties in that too.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, so I think, yeah, we both agree on this, you and me. Then I
Uh,
think, as you know, the IELTS test, it's really just a test of communication,
yeah.
just how well you can communicate. So I mean, and like what you are doing to me now is communicating absolutely fine. You haven't made any mistakes the whole time you've been talking to me, and you understand exactly everything that I'm saying.
Yes.
So what you are doing now, I think, is what you need to do. Simple as
Yes.
that. Okay.
Okay. I
Yeah.
hope I can improve too.
Yeah. So the only thing I can think of is maybe treat the examiner just like a friend that you are just getting to know, that
Yeah.
a friend you have just met, and talk to them like that, and not treat them like they are a teacher or anything like that. It's just like you are chatting to someone
Yeah.
new who've just met, and who wants to get to know you better. And that's
Okay.
all. So like I've been saying to some of the students in the class, it's fine for you to like to laugh and things like that. You don't, yeah, I don't think, Charmy was quite serious. So I can't imagine Charmy as laughing during the test. She would be taking it
Yeah.
very seriously. Whereas, yeah, see, you are laughing now. And just like that, yeah, you
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
communicating. You are,
Like Chami, she's really cute, but she's, easily stressed out,
Yes, that's right. That's right. And
especially when
yeah,
like having like a speaking test like
of
this.
course. And of course, yeah, and of course, it's natural. Of course, you feel nervous because it's a test. And
Yeah,
but
of
I'm
course.
yeah, so I'm just guessing that maybe she almost like tried too hard, if that
Yeah,
makes sense,
yeah, I think so
to
too.
do everything correctly instead of just. And I know it's hard because it's a test, but instead of just trying to relax and just communicate with the
Oh,
examiner.
yeah, and did she take like the paper test or the speaking
She did
test?
the paper
Uh,
test.
oh, paper, yeah.
Yeah, and she said afterwards when I talked to her, she said, she wished she'd done the computer test. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, she was just worried
Uh,
at the time. She was worried something about her eyes. She said for some reason. She said, "Oh, I don't want to have to look at the screen for too long," or
yeah,
something like that.
I understand.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway,
yes.
yeah. Anyway, so any questions before we start?
There's one thing that I also noticed.
Yes.
Um, that I need to slow down a little bit, when I speak.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't
Again, talking to me
know.
now, it
Yeah,
doesn't sound like you are talking too fast. But
yeah.
yeah, maybe slow down a little bit, but not much. Not much. You aren't talking like some of the others in the class talk too fast, but not you. I think you are fine. I haven't noticed that. But yeah, maybe just yeah, like I say, try relax. Okay, so I will ask you now some part one questions. Okay, and
Okay.
see how you go. Okay, are you ready?
Already.
Okay, so these are part one questions, and as I'm sure you remember, you only need to answer two or three sentences.
Okay.
Okay, and give an example if you can
Yeah.
sometimes. Okay, all right, here we go. I'll start this from the very beginning. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Hello, my name is Teacher Rick. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Fuang, Chana Fuang, and nice to meet you too.
Great. Where do you live, Fuang?
Actually, I live in Hanoi, which
Uh
is the capital city of Vietnam.
huh.
And though it's really busy and crowded at some point, but I still enjoy living here.
Great. Is this your hometown?
It's actually my hometown. I was born here and I was raised here too, so I would consider it as my hometown.
Okay, great. All right. Well, as you know, you're here for the speaking test. So the speaking test has three parts. First part, I'm just going to ask you some uh, short answer questions. Part two is when you have to talk for 2 minutes. And part three, I will ask you questions connected to the part two topic. And of course, in part three, you have to give longer answers. Do you have any questions about any of that?
I don't have any question at this point.
Okay, that's great. Okay, well, please try relax as much as you can, and let's get started. So, we're going to start with part one. Tell me about the climate in Hanoi. When is it hot and when is it cold?
To be frank, with what I experienced in Hanoi, it's just have two main seasons. It's like just summer and winter. When it's hot, it's surprisingly hot and you can feel like you're burning out in the sun. But when it comes to about December to February, it's freezingly cold out there.
Do you like the weather in Hanoi?
Mm, I do enjoy those cold weather actually, but I think the hot in Hanoi especially is a little bit too much for me. Because the climate can affect
Mm-hmm.
um yes, the climate can be a little bit too hot, so people will don't people won't go outside and hang out more in those weathers.
Okay, what's your favorite sort of weather?
My favorite sort of weather, I think it's between autumn and winter. It's just have those breeze and it's not too cold, but it's still enough to you to chill and relax.
What's worse for you, being too hot or being too cold?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, what sort of weather do you dislike the most, or what's bad for you, being too hot or being too cold?
I think being too hot is more terrible for me because if I'm too cold, I can wear more clothes, I can stay inside. But if it's too hot, I think there's no like possible solution for that. And I just sweat a lot.
Okay, good. That's the end of part one. So, Paula, the only thing I suggest, so you lost your way in one of the answers a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
So if that happens during the test, just say, I can't remember what I was going to say. I'll start that again.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hmm.
Okay, that's easy way of getting round, and that's very natural thing to say if you are
Yeah.
communicating. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just say, actually, I've forgotten where I'm going with this answer. I'll start again. Okay,
Okay.
and that's fine. Remember, so it's just about being relaxed, and if you make a
Yeah.
mistake, a little mistake like that, it's how you recover is the important thing. Not making the mistake doesn't matter. It's what you do
Yes.
next that matters. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me now. I
Great.
think I lost my performance a little bit.
Yeah, of course. We just said this is why we practice. This is great. Okay, we're going to do, I'll share this with you now. So we'll do a part two, okay?
Yes,
Just like
can
we're
I
doing
get
the test.
my pencil?
Of course.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. Can you see the part two topic on the screen?
Um, oh, okay, I can see.
Okay, good. Um, So remember, before you start doing the preparation for this, actually, I'll just get my phone too, so I can time you.
Yes.
Remember with this that the secret is you don't have to answer all the bullet points,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Or you don't have to answer them in that order, okay?
Okay.
So the main part of the question, of course, is this.
Yeah.
Okay, describe a time when you started using a new technological device.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can use these, okay, or not.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is the secret. Doesn't matter. So remember, some people they think, oh, I've got 2 minutes to talk, means, and there are 4 bullet points, so I have to talk for 30 seconds about each bullet point. Okay, and that is really difficult
Yeah.
or impossible. Um, Hard to talk for 30 seconds about what device you are using. Okay.
Yeah. True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you don't need to do that. So, like I say, just choose the bullet points that are useful to you. All right.
Yes.
And also, during your 1 minute preparation time, of course, just make up your own bullet points.
Yes.
So, the main thing, of course, you must answer the question, but you don't need to use their bullet points. And
Yeah.
as always, as I'm sure I've told you, it's great if you can talk about some experience that
Yes.
you've had using a new technological device. Okay. Um, for example, one of the students a wee while ago, who was it? Min Cho. Um,
Mhm.
she was it Min Cho? No. Anyway, she was talking about her phone, and then she starts to talk about how she left her phone behind, okay, at some shop or whatever, and the trouble she had to go through to get the phone back,
Yes.
okay, and she managed to talk for the whole 2 minutes about that.
Yeah.
and she taught really well. And that she didn't really answer any of the bullet points, but she
Yeah.
still talked about her phone. And it was,
Yes.
yeah. So just talking about some experience she'd had with using her phone. And that is the sort of thing they are interested in. Okay, they don't sit there trying to mark your bullet points. All they want to hear is you being able to talk fluently and coherently for 2 minutes about the main topic. That's all. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense to me.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to start my timer shortly and just find my clock here. Okay, so you have 1 minute to prepare starting from now. Okay, that's the end of your 1 minute. So you
Yeah.
have 2 minutes to give me your talk starting from now. Thank you.
Okay. So, the first time that I have my new laptop was really memorable to me. So, it was a MacBook and it was the first laptop that I have ever purchased. It was my mom's gift, however, so therefore it's really precious to me and I really appreciate it. And to be frank, I'm not a tech savvy, so using a laptop to me was quite difficult at first, and I got difficulties in learning how to operate it and how to use it properly. So I have numerous unforgettable moments and memories with this laptop. There was one time that we have a group presentation in in my English class. However, there weren't any, the converter for a MacBook laptop to use with the presenter. So we have to borrow our teacher's laptop to finish the project. So I would say that it's really hard for MacBook user in my personal experience. On the other side, I think MacBooks still, enhance my experience in using laptop for my studies and for my other activities that I have to finish my projects because it's really convenient and it's really fast. So I when I got used to when I got used to using this laptop, it became more convenient and more handy to me. And that's why I really, appreciate this gift from my mom.
Okay, that's 2 minutes there.
Yes.
Okay, good. So how did you feel about that?
It wasn't as fluent as I expected,
Hmm.
so I would like it to be more, I would like to improve my fluency.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the good thing is, of course, you talked easily for 2 minutes. That's great. You're pretty fluent, of course. Very coherent. Everything you said made sense, and you didn't make many mistakes. Just some
Yeah.
few small grammar mistakes, which I won't bother you with now. Okay. You don't need to worry about that. Just some, you can still get band 9 and make a few small grammar mistakes. Doesn't matter. Okay, so the only thing I noticed was um, uh, first of all, you said the sentence talking about numerous unforgettable moments. Um, it's
Yeah, I think
it
that's
doesn't sound like
a little bit too
it
much.
doesn't sound like a very natural thing to say.
Yes.
It's the sort of thing you would write.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think it's just like many unforgettable experience
exactly.
would be
You know,
easier. Yes.
absolutely, yeah. So just use natural language.
Yes.
Okay, saying numerous unforgettable moments. It sounds
It
too
sounds
formal.
big.
Sounds
It sounds
unnatural.
really big.
Yeah, you know, you just say you can even use more casual language. Just I had so many times when this laptop was so valuable to me, or I had heaps of times when this laptop was so valuable, or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. I got
Okay.
stuck in thinking
Yeah.
new vocabs,
Yeah.
so I was
Okay.
stuck a little
That's
bit.
right. Sure, absolutely. And this is the first time you've done this for a while, so that's fine. So I think we'll do the same one again, I think, Paula. Okay? Same thing.
Okay.
Same one. Okay? Now you've had a chance to warm up. All right? So do you want another minute to prepare? I'll give you another minute to prepare. So it's just like the test, okay?
For the same topic?
Same topic. Same thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Starting now. Okay, that's the end of 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes to tell me about a new technological device starting from now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, when I had my first laptop, I think that's the most memorable moment to me. So it was a MacBook and it was my mom's gift. And to be honest, um, when I was in secondary school, I just used laptops from my mom's one because we didn't have to use that much. But when I go to high school, it demands a lot more projects that needs to use laptops, such as doing PowerPoints. And because it is my mom's gift, so I really appreciate it, and it's such a precious gift to me. And to be frank, I'm not a tech savvy, so it was quite complicated and hard for me to learn how to use it and how to operate this MacBook. However, when I learn how to use it, it becomes more convenient to me, and it also enhanced my experience learning other subjects and doing my other assignments. Um, to say if it's hard or not to use this MacBook, I have so many unforgettable memories with it. And the first one that I want to tell you about is when I had a group project and we have to do a presentation. They didn't have any converter for a MacBook, so we have to borrow our teacher's laptop. And so, in my personal experience, for MacBook users, we don't have those convenient devices for MacBook, such as like Windows users. However, I still really enjoy using this MacBook because um, it, however, I have to, admit that it really helps. It really helps me a lot in doing my other activities. with my school or my friends. That's why I think this MacBook is one of my biggest.
Okay, that's 2 minutes to
Yes.
there. 2 minutes to there. Okay, I know you were almost finished. You were
Yes.
almost finished. Okay, but that's 2 minutes. That was better, Paula. Okay, that was better. Okay, now you had a chance to practice. Did that feel better for you?
I didn't get a chance to like have a complete ending, so
Right. So yeah, so just try again when you are practicing yourself. Obviously, you can just practice timing yourself when you're
yes.
doing this, so you get used to the feeling of 2 minutes. Very difficult, I know. This is not easy, but I think better to be a little bit short
Yeah.
and have a clean ending than to not finish. Okay, so I think if you only talk for 1 minute 50 or something like that, that is fine.
Yes.
Okay, okay, it doesn't have to be exactly 2 minutes, of course. That's very difficult. I think that was better, Paula. Maybe you can slow down just a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, because it sounds like you are not so relaxed when you go
Yeah.
fast. All right. So remember, I think I said this before, you were just walking your way through your talk. Okay, not running. Okay, you just walk your talk, if that makes sense. Just walk. Okay, you're just walking, just like you are telling me or one of your relatives about anything. All right, and it is okay to have a pause or two where you take a breath. Don't
Yes.
have to. You don't have to fill up every second with some sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And sometimes, of course, that can, if you take a breath, that can give you a chance to start um, at a different pitch, which sounds more natural. For example, if I was to say to you something like, I used the MacBook at school, but unfortunately we didn't have any converter at school. So what we had to do was we had to see what I did there?
Yes.
I paused and then I changed my pitch, my tone, okay, which
Mhm.
sounds more natural rather than going ba 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 ba
Yeah.
the whole time. And
I understand.
yeah, so it one I think sounds more natural and sounds more relaxed, okay?
Yes.
If I can stop for a second or so just to take a breath, is perfectly natural.
Yes. I
And
think
the yeah,
I think
sorry, go on.
yeah, I think like when I was speaking,
Yeah.
I got too much points in my head that
Yes.
I was scared that I cannot finish all of
Yeah.
those.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that which is good in a way because you have plenty to talk about. But now you just have to be a little bit just careful with what points you want to use.
Yes.
Okay, but that's good, Paula. Better to do that than not have any ideas at all.
Yeah.
Okay, much better.
Okay.
And the only thing I think maybe you should change is the way you start. All right. I
Mm.
think your start should be more simple. I think, you know, um, describe a time when you started using a new technological device. The device I want to talk about is the laptop that my mum gave me.
Yes.
Okay. Really simple, but very clear. All
Yeah,
right.
I had a hard time to think of an opening.
Yeah. So don't try to be clear. You don't need to be clever with the opening.
Yes.
Okay, just give it a really simple, clear statement so that the examiner knows exactly what device you're talking about. Okay, and what you're going to say. Like I say, better to be simple than try to be too clever.
Yeah. Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me now.
Great. Okay, so let's talk about part three now. Okay, give
Okay.
you a rest from that. So we're talking about devices. Um, what do you um, hmm, what do you think have been the most significant technological development in the past few years?
So I think one of the most significant, like crucial technological enhancement in over the years. Okay, can I start again?
Of course, absolutely.
Yes, okay.
And that's great, by the way. Always good to repeat the question. That's great,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, and gives you a chance to think as well.
Yes. So
Okay.
one of the most crucial technological developments that I think have been crucial in the past years, in the past few years, is um, AI, artificial intelligence. And I think that it has two sides of it. It does enhance a lot in people's lives, and it gives us so much opportunity to comprehend a lot of complex things that we cannot do um in human abilities. However, on the other side, it's taking over a lot of fields, and it's making people unemployed, and they also are, we are having a hard time to having to control to get control over the AI. So I think that is one of them. Can I get started again? I
Of
don't
course. Okay. So let me make this a little bit easy for you. So
know. Okay.
remember the structure of a part three answer. Okay.
Yeah.
So you give your answer. Okay. Which in this case, the most significant technological development has been AI. Okay.
Yes.
Then you need to say why. Why?
Yes.
Okay. Give some reasons and give an example. All right. And that's all you have to do. Okay.
Mm.
That is the structure. Keep in mind.
I
So just
remember the
think of,
structure.
yeah, sorry?
Yeah, I do remember the structure, but I don't know why I stutter and
Don't matter. We're just practicing. You haven't done this for a while. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just
okay.
relax. We're practicing.
Yes.
This is why we are doing this. Okay. So just remember that the structure to keep in your mind. Answer the question, give the reasons why. Okay. Think of an example.
Okay.
So something I might say, for example, I might say, I think one of the most significant technological developments has been the development of AI. AI has changed the way people study, the way people work in so many ways. For example, students can now get AI to write an essay for them. If you are a chef, you can get AI to make up a recipe for you. If you're doing work, AI can instantly do research for you
Yeah.
just by asking it a few questions. For example, at my school, a lot of students they use AI to help them write their essays. Um, they shouldn't do this, of course, but of course, they are trying to look for the easy way. The only problem, of course, is that they all end up writing the same essay. So the teacher knows that they've been using AI. So
Yes.
that is an example of where AI is useful, but you can't really use it to help you with your work in that way. But it just goes to show that this is the sort of thing that AI can be used for. Does
Yes.
that make sense? That was a
Yeah, that's
okay. So that was an answer off the top of my head, but hopefully I gave you the idea. So I answered the question. Okay, I gave you some reasons why, and I gave you an example.
yes.
Okay, and I think that is about the right length answer too. Okay, let's go again. So next question.
Okay.
Okay. In what way do you think has AI changed society for better or for worse? In what ways?
Um, so I would say that in some ways, these developments, especially AI, has changed the society for the better. Undeniably, AI gives us so many opportunities to reach out to further fields that humans are not able to do so at this point. And I can give an example in studies, such as we have ChatGPT and Cobot, it really assists students in writing essays or having ideas for the projects or even their science reports. And I think it's really useful and it enhance the quality of teaching and studying in some universities. However, on the other way, I think that it can be harmful for some, some circumstances because people are being more reliable to it. They are becoming more lazy and they rely too much on this AI thing and on this developments, on this technological developments. So I think we still have to balance between what assists us and what to not let them take over our ability.
Okay, pretty good, Paula. Pretty good. Okay, just maybe some, instead of saying have to use it to assist us but not take over our ability.
Yeah.
Um, ability probably not quite
Yeah,
the
and
right
quality
word.
is not the right word, I know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah. Um,
learn.
remember, you can
Yeah.
say that, all right? As in,
Oh,
ability, that's not quite the right word, but you know what I
yeah,
mean. You can say
yeah.
that as part of the conversation, okay? And you can
Okay.
say, I'm searching for the word here. Um, I can't quite think of the right word, but what I mean is,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Okay.
you can say that as part of your
Yes.
answer. It's absolutely fine. It's no problem. Okay, again, that's natural part of communication. So again, don't worry if you can't think of a word or you think, oh, I've just said the wrong word. Okay, you can say that. I know that's not the right word, but however, and just keep going. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Okay.
Next question. Do you think some people in Vietnam look back fondly at life before technology or life before AI?
So AI, in particular, and technology in general has created a generation gap between in this country. So I think yes, some people, specifically the older generation, tend to look back alive before we have this AI. They tend to like lecture their offsprings and their younger generation that we shouldn't use too much devices or rely too much on this technological developments because it make us tend to be more lazy and we are being more passive and we cannot enjoy our life without being without this fast pace of life. So I think they got a point because nowadays younger generation they tend to less enjoy hanging out with their friends or having a life outside these screens. So that's why I think yes, older generation looking back at life before technology is a right thing too.
Okay, so again, just remember, you did give me an example, but I think it would be helpful just to use the words for example or
Yes.
for instance.
Okay.
Okay, is useful. It's just uh, it just helps to structure your answer and make your answer sound a little bit more structured. Okay,
Mhm.
very good. Okay,
Okay.
good, good. So again, Paula, you are very fluent. Okay, you have slowed down now, by the way, which is good. Okay, I can see you thinking as you are talking, which is fine, absolutely fine. Okay, um, yeah, you are still making one or two small grammar mistakes, but
Yeah.
not enough to worry about. Don't even
Okay.
worry about it. Okay, not
I
enough
hope.
to worry about. Okay, and your answers that yeah they make sense, so they are coherent.
Okay.
All right, so that's good. How are you feeling now about those answers?
I think I need to practice a lot more to get back my performance.
Yeah, I think just careful that the parts that you don't need to make them too long.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a I think you think, oh, part three question, better give out a long answer, and sometimes, um, of course, you suddenly run out of things to say because you've
Yeah.
gone on too long. So I think it's better to give a shorter answer, okay, that is more concise and makes more sense, rather than try to stretch it out too much.
Okay.
Doesn't help. Then it just kind of makes you sound a bit unsure if you try to do that. So again, even for part three questions, don't
Mhm.
worry. If you can only think of one or two ideas, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. So, you want to do some more? We'll go back to part one again if you want to do some more.
Okay. I'll do some more per one.
Okay, so back to part one. Actually, I should stop sharing these with you
Yes.
so you can't see there. Okay, where are we? Oh, doesn't matter. I'll leave them there. All right, so these are part one questions again. Okay, so
Yes.
again, just 2 or 3 sentences for your answers. And
Okay.
again, think of an example where you can, where appropriate.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Fuang, what do you use the internet for?
So I usually use my internet for entertainment in my spare time, or I use it for getting more knowledge and to assist my assignments in a school.
Okay, so obviously this is a great question for you to give an example
Yes. Yes.
of a
I was,
website you use. For
yes.
example,
Yeah. For
for
example, Wikipedia,
mhm.
or when I surf the internet, I usually go to Facebook or Instagram.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
Okay.
but yeah, this is a perfect question to give an
Yes.
example. Okay, I use the internet for research, and I use the internet for keeping in touch with my friends and family. For
Yeah.
example, I like using Facebook, and I use Wikipedia when I'm doing research.
Okay.
Okay, simple as that. Does everyone have access to the internet in Vietnam?
I think it depends on the regions that you live. I don't think everyone has the access to the internet in our country, because in those rural or mountainous areas, they don't have internet like us in this capital cities. Yes. So I don't think everyone has the access to the internet.
Okay. Do you think older people are scared of using new technology?
I used to think that um a lot of, older generations are scared to uh, get accessible to this internet. However, I've met a lot of people that are, they are willing to learn and to fit in and to adapt in this. Oh, I forgot the word. To fit in this new. I really forgot the word.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Environment is a word. Okay.
Yeah, like in this modern times, I think so. Like those
Yeah.
word used in essays, but I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. By the way, that's fine. The way you did that is fine. I forgot the word. Okay. It
I
makes
really
you
forgot the
because
word.
yeah, because it makes you sound relaxed. Funnily enough. Okay.
Yes.
You're not saying, oh, I forgot the word. Oh no. Yeah. You're just saying, oh, I forgot the word. Sorry. All right. That's good. I think that's good. Makes you sound much more relaxed. Okay. Do
Okay.
you think young children should have smartphones?
I think younger children, such as in primary school or in sixth, seventh grade, shouldn't have smartphones yet. They should have, a phone to contact their family and friends, but not a smartphone, so that they can binge on games and the internet there.
What do you think is a good age? What would you choose as an age for someone to have a phone?
I think a good age is normally in high school, we will have, we'll have self-awareness and we're conscious what we can control over what we are using. So I think the perfect age for using a smartphone is about in when you're 15 or 16.
You mentioned about school before. Do you think students should be allowed to use smartphones during class time?
I think students shouldn't be allowed to use smartphones during the class, because they cannot be focused on what they are learning at school and what is happening during the lesson. However, I think if it assists them in finding new materials or assists them in learning and doing group projects with each other, it would be fine.
Okay, good. Good, Paula. Okay, that's the end of part one. I think you are becoming, the more we do this, you are becoming more relaxed and more
Yes.
fluent, which is great. Okay. All right. Poe, part two, we'll do this part two topic. Okay, this one here. Can you see the one? Describe a time when you visited
Uh,
a friend or family member.
at their workplace?
Yes, that's the one. Do that one.
Okay.
Okay. So
Is the timer?
I am just go back to my clock. Okay. So again, just remember what you are trying to think of, if you can, is some experience maybe that you had.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You have 1 minute starting from now. Okay, that's the end of 1 minute. So
Okay.
you have 2 minutes to give me your talk starting from now. Thank you.
Yes. So the times that I visited a friend at her workplace is when my best friend had had her first part-time job. So we have played with each other for a long time, and when we get to high school, that's the first time when she get her first part-time job at a coffee shop. And she invited me to come there to play with her and to just enjoy the atmosphere at this coffee shop. And at first, I was just doing my deadlines, and she was just doing her jobs. However, unfortunately, um, something happens. That's when customers like broke the glass and they spilled the drink all over the floor. And um however there weren't any available workers at that point, and I had to help her out. So eventually we clean up the space, and it was her first time doing a part-time job, doing a real job, so she was really stressed out. She was really scared to be scolded by her boss. However, her boss was really nice about it, and she really give us time and say that everything can be worked out. And when we look back at those time, we just laugh with each other because it was a really memorable experience for both of us. And that's a time that I visited my best friend at her workplace.
Okay, so that was very good, Paula. Just a little bit short, I
Sure.
think.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, 1 minute 45. Yeah,
I was going to like put more of our reaction and emotions in
yes.
that, but I ended too fast, you know.
Yeah, ended too fast. Yeah, you could have.
I
Yeah,
planned it out.
you still
Yeah.
yeah, you still
Yes.
had time to put some of your reactions and emotions in. So that was great. So again, so it was good introduction, much better. Great story about how the customer spilled their drink and how you had to help clean it up. Okay, and also great ending as well. Very clean, very tidy. So the only thing you had to do was make it a little bit longer.
Yes.
So we'll do that one more time. Okay, same thing again. Same thing. Again, this is more just to get you used to see if you can do it closer to the 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. Do you want another minute to prepare or not?
I think I can start right now.
Okay. All right. So, whenever you're ready, please start.
Okay. So the time that I visited my friend at her workplace is when my best friend got her first part-time job. So we have played with each other for a long time. So and when we get to high school, she had her first part-time job as um in a coffee shop. And that time she just invited me over so that I could see her work and I could just enjoy the atmosphere at that coffee shop. So I was just doing my deadline and she was just doing her job while suddenly, unfortunately, a customer broke their glass and spilled the drink all over the floor. And since there weren't any available workers at that point, we were really bewildered and we were really worried and we didn't know how to react. Um, react at that point. But eventually I had to help her out and we cleaned up the space. And still, because it was her first time doing a job, she was really worried that her boss would scold her. However, her boss was really nice to us and she just comforted us and said that everything is gonna be okay and we don't have to worry about anything. So when we think back about those days, we just laugh off and laugh out loud with each other because it was a really memorable experience to both of us.
Okay. Even shorter. That was only that was only 140. Yeah, yeah. I think what what happened was because you are now a little bit familiar with the story, you
Yeah.
actually you told it
So yeah, I
better but
was
shorter.
talking too fast.
Yeah. So you're not speaking too fast, so you had plenty of time to put
Uh,
in more your reaction to what happened when the customer spilled the drink.
yes.
Okay. All right. So obviously you can put in your reaction. What happened when the customer spilled the drink? What did the customer do when they spilled the drink? You know,
Hmm.
um, you know, did was it a cup or a glass? Did that break? You know, the customer spilt their coffee on the floor, and the cup they were using it broke everywhere, and coffee just went all over the floor. There was just this huge mess everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
and my friend and I, we were really bewildered, okay, and she was starting to panic a bit because, oh, what's the boss going to say?
Yeah.
And so there were no other staff available, so I had to help her clean it up, and it was really messy. And I remember, getting coffee all over my hands, and I got, some over my trousers as well.
Yes.
But I was happy to help her because I didn't want her to get into trouble with the boss. See what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all those things. So
I
just
said.
in your mind, as you
Mhm.
just picture the scene and what happened. Okay, and
You
like
know,
I
like
say, you had plenty of time.
I've heard that like when you don't know like when you didn't have the experience related to the topic that they gave you in part two, you can just make up the story.
Yes, you can.
However, however, I also heard that, and I think it's quite true. That like when people lie about something or when they make up something, they focus on the details, like the sequence of the story, like what happens next, and they tend to neglect the emotions there because they didn't have those real reaction and emotions.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
happens.
Also, I think, of course, yes, you can make up a story, of course, but also it's harder because you are
Yeah,
having to
it's
make
hard.
something up. Whereas if
Yeah,
you've got a real experience, then all you are doing is just remembering it, and you
yes.
can describe how you felt at the time. But
Mhm.
so please don't be scared, like I say, to um, almost overact a little bit, like I just did then. The
Yeah.
coffee, the coffee cup broke. It was such a mess. Yeah, there was just coffee all over the floor and all over his clothes as well. The coffee everywhere. And my friend and I, we didn't know what to do. We sort of panicked, and especially because she was worried about what the boss would say. She was quite scared. But I said, look, don't worry. I'll help you clean it up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so see what I'm doing then?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to tell it as like it happened, and I'm kind of, yeah, I don't like to say acting too much, but I'm stressing certain words just to make it sound more alive. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, instead of just saying they dropped the cup and the coffee went all over the floor and we were really worried.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's a very boring way of saying it. You want to just use a bit of emotion. you know,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we were so worried. The coffee was everywhere, made such a mess,
Yeah.
because she'd only just given him the full cup, and it
Yeah.
just went everywhere. And I said I'd help her clean it up, but then I was scared about, I had a new dress on and I didn't want to get coffee on my new dress, that sort of thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think um, that's probably enough, I think, for now, Paula. You've talked for 1 hour. Okay. You've done
Okay.
you've done pretty well. So, like I say, just to summarize,
Mm-hmm.
your part one is fine. Okay. Part two, we've just discussed about using an experience and
Yeah.
maybe trying to put your coherence, your vocabulary, everything is fine. Your ideas are fine, no problem. All right.
Okay.
Maybe just now trying to put a bit more emotion into it, okay,
Yeah.
to make it more interesting. Okay. Um,
Okay.
and part three, just remember the structure. Okay. Answer the question. You know, um, I think an important technological development is AI because give your reasons. Three example.
Okay.
Okay. How's that? Any questions for me before we go?
No, I don't have any questions.
That's
Like,
great.
yes,
Okay.
thank you for
Yeah.
giving me feedbacks.
Okay. Not at all, Paula. You're very welcome. Okay. And you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. So when would you like to do this again?
Um,
What is your schedule during the week at the moment?
no, we're having a break because the Independence Day.
Hmm. But you
So,
go back to school on Tuesday, don't you?
yeah, no, actually on Thursday. Thursday we will, we'll start school again.
Start school again on Thursday.
Thursday. Yes.
Okay. Well,
Um,
maybe, yeah.
of September.
Or, all right. Well, do maybe want to do something on, trying to think what I'm doing on maybe Tuesday?
Yeah, it's okay. We can do it again Tuesday. On
On
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Okay.
Yes.
So maybe Tuesday about same time?
Yes, I can start at 11 too.
11? Okay. Not too early for you?
Yes, no, not too early. It's okay. It's a
Oh,
perfect.
okay. All right.
Okay.
So Tuesday at 11 o'clock. I will see you
Okay.
then.
Okay, I'll see you then.
Okay. I think your mum's online. I think I can see her
Yeah, well,
picture.
she turned off her mic and I don't think she's really here. She just
Just
went in this meeting.
just log in, see what she's there. I'll see if she's there. Mrs. Ha, Xiao M, can you hear me?
Yeah,
No, maybe not. Okay.
you know.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yes, I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank
Okay.
helping me out today.
Okay, you're very welcome, Paula. Very
Yes.
welcome. Very
Bye.
happy to help you. Okay,
Yeah.
bye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes. See you later.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So,
Mrs. Ha.
uh,
Oh,
yes.
you are there. I called.